Trackhouse Racing just made a massive move on their pit crew right before the biggest race of the regular season. And if you're a Shan Van Gisbergen fan, you need to know exactly what's going on here. And hey, real quick, if you are a true NASCAR fan like me, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe to the channel. So here's where things stand heading into the regular season finale at Daytona International Speedway. Shan Van Gisbergen is sitting right on the chase bubble, just 31 points above Ryan Preece. That's not a huge cushion when you're talking about a Daytona Super Speedway race where anything can happen. Now, with that kind of pressure, Trackhouse Racing decided to make a big change. They're swapping out nearly every member of the over-the-wall pit crew for the number 97 Chevrolet. We're talking about replacing everyone except the fueler. That's how significant the shakeup is. So where are these new crew members coming from? They're pulling them straight from the number 16 Kaulig Racing Chevrolet, the car driven by AJ Allmendinger. You might be wondering, why that team specifically? Well, it actually makes a lot of sense when you break it down. Allmendinger's team leases and sources its pit crew from Trackhouse, so logistically, they were the obvious choice for a change like this. But here's the thing. It's not just about convenience. Several members of that number 16 pit crew have actually worked with Van Gisbergen before, and on top of that, that crew has been one of the faster groups out there in recent weeks. So this isn't just a random swap. It's a move towards speed, right when speed matters most. Now let's talk about why this change is happening now. It's worth going back to New Hampshire for a second. Van Gisbergen fell outside the top 10 after a slow pit stop at the end of stage 1, and he never truly recovered from that mishap, ending up finishing the race in 20th place. When you're fighting for a playoff spot by just 31 points, a stop like that can be the difference between making the chase and watching it from home. So when you connect the dots, a slow stop, a rough finish, and now a near complete pit crew overhaul just before the season's most important race. It starts to paint a clear picture of what Trackhouse is trying to fix. Now, this isn't the first time Trackhouse has made a call like this under pressure. Last year, they replaced the Jackman for Ross Chastain right at the start of the playoffs. But let's be clear, what they're doing now is on a different level. Swapping nearly the entire crew, not just one position, is certainly notable. Let's talk about what's actually on the line here. If Van Gisbergen does make the chase, he'll be the only Trackhouse driver to do so this year. That's a big deal for the organization. And here's something that adds even more tension to this whole situation. While Van Gisbergen holds a 31-point buffer in the driver standings, it's a much tighter race in the owner standings. The number 60 RFK Racing Ford is only 6 points behind the number 97. Why does that matter? Because an intentional wrecking penalty was applied to Ryan Preece after Texas, and that penalty did not impact the team's owner points. So even though the driver gap looks comfortable, the owner standings tell a much closer story. Now, Van Gisbergen isn't the only driver getting new faces on his pit crew this weekend. William Byron is also bringing in 2 new crew members, but that situation is a little different. Byron's regular jackman and rear tire changer were suspended after a wheel disconnected during last weekend's race. To fill those spots, Byron is pulling crew members from Alex Bowman's number 48 team. So between Van Gisbergen and Byron, there's a lot of pit crew shuffling happening across Trackhouse affiliated teams right before Daytona. So let's recap where things stand. Van Gisbergen is 31 points ahead of Preece in the driver standings, but just 6 points ahead in the owner standings. He's getting a nearly all-new pit crew pulled from Allmendinger's faster group, and all of this comes right after that costly slow stop at New Hampshire. So here's my question for you guys. Do you think this pit crew change gives Shan Van Gisbergen the edge he needs to lock up a chase spot at Daytona? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel.